Offer me Ade Akye Wasan go Kwame Nkrumah Tikese. Me money show president of the land. For Bible ni enkinka we Nyankopon asem. 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 1. Ede ebepim 8. Samuel made nka tedu nwotwe mu ba ko ebepim enwotwe yentie Nyankopon asem. No one Saul kasa wiye no. Na Jonathan kra achichiri David kra ho. Na Jonathan do no se ono an kra. Eda no ara. Saul fa no ne tenai. Na wa ma ansa na nkɔ na gefie. Na Jonathan ni David pamapam bi. Efri se no odo no se ono an kra. Na Jonathan yi ne batakari a ɔhyɛ no ma David ne ne ntade koduru ne nkrante ne ne tadua ne nabɔsoɔ so. Na David fredi kɔ be biara Saul suma no ne be biara asa onko so. Na Saul di no si akofoɔ so. Na ɔsɔ man ne nyinaa ni ne Saul nko anso ani. Verse 6. Na waba David isane afri Filistifini no kum no aba no. Ma free Israel nkro nyina mu de nwum ne asa behia ɔhene Saul. Wodi mpintin ne anigye ne ahinasade. Na ma wogro no gye won ho so sɛ Saul akum apem mu na David yakum impim dum. Verse 8. Na Saul bufu kese. Na asam no anya ne de. Na ɔka sɛ wɔde impim du ama David na me de apem na wɔde ama me. Na ɛdeɛn na aka bio sɛ ahenie no. Amen. David na nanu ye kan ho asam no na oye obi a woye akoda ni papa na kotu nwan no eye no won kura watimu no kura no obi hunahuna won na sa ni pakon ye fe ni Goliath. Akoda no baaya wa free eja nwan ne ho abefie ebetie de Goliath ekeka kire wo mo ene wose obetimi akum obi agi na chinye na sawusa na sawu kwade onyo obi a hwe na basa bi odigina ho eda bi owa nipa pu nipa bomfia nipa bi gidi se wuntimi nya hwe wo maame mem wo papa mem school a wo kɔ ba bi a wo kɔ no SRC president kwa se wuntimi nya MP wuntimi nya sofo wuntimi nkaka no wuntimi nkɔ school ni nwie ye ka nipa titiriwa na wo de wo ho befrem den so ade ba ko na di ntintima wo David abrabɔ mu ni se wa ama de nipa ka emuna bem. Na wakoi sawa ni Saul kasa. Na Saul wabebia ye freno Jonathan. Na bra David gina wana waka asam kire ohene Saul. Waso wie ye no. Na ni Saul ba Jonathan. Kra achichiri David kra ho. Waka na asam wie no se David bibi wa brantie yi mu. Edebi woni de dwumadi be hye obi nsa na kwa ede no hu ya wose akoa wei won na enye manager ede no hu ye wose wei station ha twika nyina wei na enye station chairman ede no hu ye wo ye wei minister odofo se nyame han ne hyire woni mu a gese de nyame ekra eda ne so na be hunu ne pe wo mu. Na ɔse Jonathan ni David pam apam bi Ene nka MOU. Ene nka covenant. Ene nka boshebi. Ene nka consideration bi. Na apam no Bible anka na nso se every say na David kra efam Jonathan de ho. Ntini papa esmasman. Eto de bia it takes a person with good faith. No be hu ne e wo mu. Me wase na wo ba David isanye free Philistine ni kum aba no. Ma free Israel nkuro nyina mu de nwom ne asa be hia ohene Saul. David akokun Goliath aba. Na aba no. Ena krom wofo ema edin pintin ne asa ene anigye ebe hia Saul na David ka ho. Odofo nanka woni problem bi be ni monyam bi e baaye ball bi akobo ya wodi nkunim niema bi a e baaye a yese ukura na aye the most popular presenter niema bi e ba wakwa mu e na ama nipa bi atan wo nanka na Saul ebu mfuye nanka na bo Saul bu mfuye na emom wase ne ma wo gro no boje won so se Saul akuma pem na David yakum impem du evia Saul nyo na akosa no David ne kosa no ewo mu sa wo na wo hye ni nkran se wonko nanso okon no de Saul ankum bi ye ka de okum Goliath a eye David ho na David problem e hye ase odofo wo bank wo nanka oni problem bia o enso ba se aye o branch manager pe kim na how start here ebra okobo doctoral degree aye be ye dean of faculty problem sha se afi ho nipa bi wo anadwe ne se edienti na esa wo timi rise here edienti na verse 8 no was na Saul bufu kese na asam no anyene de edwememu awo no nipa bi bufu afu no enya bibia se bibia wutimi ye yesoro nko awo no wontimi nya bie ka no kokwa nka wuwu afie ewi ase ka no kwa nka edwuma ne yi wade e ka ho nkokora na nka asam ato ni ediskasem bia to so adania Saul say ade na monka se me mekum apem na David yakum pem du esiwa abusuam wo esiwa awarem wo oba no aware no no oba no odigwe ye yie be ma no adwe ye ne se enne ne yire no anya sika nti awade no kronye obegyan na adwe ye ne se ni kunu no aware no anya obia enne sika bor
Okay,
wase na efrida no ara ekro no Saul tu nani san David nipa watu nani asan wo esan Nyankopon adom bia odi adom no Awurade nhwe wo so wo mo ho ban wo ma nsu yie se de asu kraye Awurade mpagya wo o ma nkwamrew no ma nhyira emrew Jesus Christ otiase adom mu ene yabɔ mpaye kase amen Awurade mfa wo gantwa wo ho nhia o ma ho ban firi watamfo ho wo ma nkwamedom wo Jesus di munti amen ye kenkan efri Samuel wedi nkan etredu nwotwe yimu baako ebepem enkron 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 1 to 9 onyame asemi fagidi kase amen.
God bless the homeland, Ghana motherland, faithful and together. Hello my brother, 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 hello my brother.
Akye Abia
Ghana mai betum pon ne gina wo mamba power dwene Ghana ho kane
Ade Akye Abia
anye na magani amagashia ne hunu amagawo ho
Ade Akye Abia
Okay, 101.7 Suni Ade Akye Abia show yi sebeye wo de ne bibia is proudly sponsored by Telecel. Telecel se wo kasa so a emu ode wo ye caller se de me kire emu ode wo di data browser until bibri and speed nso very very strong. But my dear Telecel so who send this car Telecel wallet no and na be send this car etimi abo na Telecel force me kan che o say sezi wadane eja cha ade na ade a ode ebre wo eye Telecel too much money promo enie wo se wo dia ne se recharge na o recharge a wo 3 year se obetimi ewura Telecel too much money promo imu na anu 15 customers obia di 20,000 each to 200 million and the nipa eno ye na awotwe bia o ena debia so na anu se nipa 1,600 and one more daily o ma win 100 series Ghana 100 series eno no just for recharge no enti wugusu a grand prize in the 1.2 million Ghana cedis back for the befa enti teniye Telecel so dial star 500 hash star 500 hash and I visit Telecel Play app no na ewura mu keke yento yanyu bibia na obeit me the next batch be at the biara obenya 100 series and a week be abenya 20,000 Ghana cedis and say 1.2 million Ghana cedis at the end of it no e wo Telecel too much money promo Telecel too much money promo no kai say obedial star 500 hash and wana visit Telecel Play app no no awuram Caritas platform no enely for the no and awuram na ultimate Telecel connecting energies enya misem ye woda fa seda kese e motivational message no e ma income paracetamol syrup na a strawberry flavor near the man kwara wadi 3 months copim 12 years and one obi anka obi na sa akwara tie ne ya akwara wo fifiri sia na wote pains bi fever na ache no wadura wo de be makwara no eye incamo paracetamol syrup na wo strawberry flavor ntino akwara no numa edepa incamo paracetamol syrup pharmaceutical shop bi abetimi enye bi NK Pharma and akwafa ba omo head office no ewa belinkwe wo be from 0506 588 315. Kai say this advert is vetted and approved by FDA. Income paracetamol syrup ebuapa na womo na eboye ma yetini motivational message ebrewo obabi mi mo ache
oh afa
na boko de
onyankopon adomogusu hwe
yenka ngumu na yenko kakrakra
ye kwa ne no
edem
ayo ye damu dia ne na Kwame me fa the Ghanaian point the Bokrata na me de ehwase na the point the Bokrata yi na wo de aba kratafa etoso emiensa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wo bo COP Osman Abdulrazak ya wo National Security Coordinator one ne task force wo bo mo abaso na feso no military task force ya eka wo mo ho wo nyina eye adwumaden se galamse yebetimi etu ase no wo nyina wo bo wo mo abaso na kopie mu ewo Western North Mantam no emu bra wo de ne thank you to ekopie mu ewo ho na mampanyi de adesede to security agencies ewo ho nyina enim se obia fa no hunyim bio obia fa no hunyim be san se de galamse no ba bia keka kono ababe no kontonko wie pa ba besen o my Ghana komu etu wo ye wadwene se wo do se hye wo dem de fam ayenhwe ha ese ne bekoso bia enkoso de a ene ewodo wodo a wo de beba etu wo so sere sɛ security agencies na asefo ni nyina wo bia na we no a enkomra na yensuo na ayeseye yenkwaye na eseye enti da chiki bia eni akiri kura no afa enuane ho bekwa atwe pa ama Ghana ye ni abre enti se ye pe anamo bi atu wo galamsey no ho dia na eyesesia na wo se etimi etu sa anamo no na no wo tu mmira chese na wo chese wo hwe awudi a galamsey yi edi oman yi atitru kwame abi ti se awaso dade so se hwe anwea so a Ghana yenkwaye bretuo mu pa ya chese ya bosi ye kan Ghana kwaye a ho no mu kwaye no na tumi se na emu odu pa nso nei ye de galamsey ato sa ho nyimu nyina amehwadane anwea pradadada so eti mampanya de sede a wode ato COP Osman Abdul Razak enim enono na Kwame so
answer na bekon wunim obi send video bi ba social media said drip machine na abadala na person ba yes e be kwa
fanya kwa ne nom de atiasim
omo de atiasim
ayo
to aso
yate na Kwame metwaso ewo the Ghanaian point the Obokrata no emu a eno so so de abakrata fa eto so emienu ewa ha na ni nyina efa National Cathedral ho sensemi no mo kire se audit report ya Deloitte and Touche de aba de de pefe se womo ahwere sika 97 million Ghana cedis ewo National Cathedral no a se akansensemu no emu na no echese we no eye ensamfoforo kra ya efa sika samu a womo antutu ni yie na womo ye niema bisi basa enam so ema osoafo no ewo mampanyi asoeye ewo aban a wo san so ekasa ema aban no Felix Kwachiofo su friends and Dwefo nhyiamu ena ochiremu ese saa $58 million no anomo kase womo aspende ewo National Cathedral no ho no womo kwhwe report mu no $39 million bi so eka ho bi ya wo chese no wo eye car eda ho no mo project contractor no wo so mitimi etua sesika no de ema no edi ensam no de akwakoye bibi kesenene because report ne ba afoforo no mo chese National Cathedral board ne mpanyufo wo mo nya adwiri mu bia ohaw bia ni wo mo ho bi enso asa afa na nsam no wo mo tutu na basa ene sere report no
report to be about in beginning no almost say adwuma na o maye mu 8% pe ene mo say 8% ni amana na wo hwe me call special prosecutor office
okay
na oni National Cathedral no ena mfa say omo ba fipam
okay omo share wo
nti wogina esoro a wo eda no kobu kowuram say de a wo hunu hwe na gina soro na hu se nipa ye bad papa ubesu ede na wo ho site no unu ade ho amena na yatu ene yatwitwa ayo huro su bebire twitwa no bebire ne go na awe na ache ena kray maako be force 5 pa cho bibia ni obi
asem
unu se me ne ayi professor opoku nyina apostle professor opoku nyina ebedi nkomo wo studio me am papa aba nchia ba bia e ma onu su chire nsem no mu a na we no ye beta se ne bese pa ne konni haban na report no mo de aba no enu anam si keso anya san kan printi ni nyina bi ba
ana doso
report no doso I think is 78 pages na ba ko 5 series ya for 5 times 78
zikapudro
baby aboso me nesu aduru
5 on so de ebeboro
ma memre na me ni nkomo we emfamra ye Owura Eugene Boachi entry honorable former MP for Subi, former deputy minister for works and housing na we asenene adonten na sifra mekomu mekokuna ni enye ne ya na ye ne eni enkomo honorable me moachi boko na wusu
oh I'm here
wie
da boji mo jeji mo social media eri asidaro mo boade ami na no uti bi ko pie mo conference me boa delegate conference mami na me party ye hye mo kese se ya like I said the me bi a ese bi join na kokosom
wie
ti kokosom mami park ban fa kwan sin chia tie fu na titiu o mo tie FPD so internet so no wan me o mo a wono mo fie wo yina so kru o mo boa no pay my Medina Cosso. And before we are singing Ghana for the Michel.
Obian so Joso. Na a dear Ben a free delegates conference mu ba ya uni we sebeche.
Oh, Kwame Nkrumah Tikese. That is the essence of democracy. Party in party in your leaders, your constituency executives, regional executives, national executives, MPs, the other stakeholders, former MPs, former ministers. University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Nano Memenda. Ama motion 56 about Minupe and a party for party for 1 year and 2. Make so you'll be a party for now on 1 year and 2. You
Kwachi bi mi enhwe dudu sen na e ba na sen ya gitum sen ya anya ntum
motion sa e ba floor you are paying lawyer Frank Davis committee on the buy they 56
56
50 denuncia edunum 9 54 and a pass here me no one pass it like I said party now I idea they would hear the make sure again and again share no you pena yin I but you know I get to you know we are on course we are on course in terms of rebuilding the party and rebuilding the party and the fellow said rebuilding the party sorry the question now you know now in crash because the party first step number first step no constituent against here for 2024 ya na so ya tia sempa eno bi we na party the committee the former speaker of parliament Professor Mike Aaron Michael Quay etwano omuzu wi omujuma no recommendation mo de ba e bi ne amendments a free party for ya ahoba ya party the control the committee the ora Frank Davis etwano enwa I mean the akushia ya go president moi is on the back yetimi age ni almost 99% ya jini ni na atu you know I say na the constitution for e ko dana na de changes about the system na a circulation of the copy of the new constitution I who say she share party be a diaba e be boy e dia share party ni jumedia e di mokina nti papa the thing the foot to kwakra be ko ama yinina obi a opeso be constituency officer obi opeso be police station obi opeso police station executive obi opeso be electoral area coordinator obi opeso be constituency officer obi opeso be regional officer obi opeso be national officer obi opeso be parliamentary candidate obi opeso be presidential candidate no you can go putting in from office of the party Ubia kasa party measured Uba can you feel so ubitumi aye yema final one do bitimi aye and I'm gonna for you and empty for your petty because Ubia wodom so ade aye you know the ye ni akozo for subo no o simpem kan wa simpem so dom Galia won say o cassette to be on the cassette here. The new to the obra, the mapaya, which only had to push with my year, the party na contain, they couldn't in 2020. And if I see it, Zakasano, your Casano started. Mame, the Kabuna Beba, the Cacho, Casta, Yene, and for fight division and this unity. Being there, my way. The first one in Hajeno to Solacatiane. The first one in Hajeno is in Mogasentia. The thing I idea, the Bia, Kwame Kabato, whom we are here by. And I'm saying I have each other the same Otuaba. No, we are for 2 than I come to. Will be now Penwa, didn't want dance here. And go be once. your parent, who say extol the virtues. I just say the manual with my ear. And they're gonna property, and that is property. That in shape, you see any a bar. If the amendments are by the next phase, how to really organize the party all the way. This is how to reorganize and prepare ourselves for 2028. You know, and I say it's a follow. And somebody see almost a poem to me, but almost 2 minutes so, it was to me what almost do much in the show. But you will be kind to be take care of your children. I am fan cabo moment. And fact, Roya Emman. And for adopt Emman. You need a free hook. Will be the party in here will be.
Honorable, but could be a man who a growing trend be so and say. Ebia, we know one way aspirant to one castle. Baba Grenabia or beer or no support to no. One mumuna a chassis dia baba koha baba. Sadi and so no, and the son of a country woman. One mum the only atom.
It's about culture of Kwame to be supported as a panel who project your image. And by extension, that's all no one so projecting image. And you will be we didn't go for one or can't go for someone. No, Kwame, propose you be an or your trouble for Kwame. Be position be anyone, and if it be any, we are saying someone or a trouble for.
There be.
And if you will be a couple, you will be a couple also. You hear me say, what delegation now could be to me? Can you also say in the 2 weeks now, or the year, number one, for party now, they for election. Number two, Ghana for my Ghana. And then the party for the sovereignty. MPP, the battle, who you wine. Me, Kwame Nkrumah Tikese. Kwame Nkrumah, I didn't know I am a part to me, my police station, Juma. The police executive or a crew from my a coordinator or Mensha, my a consulting officer or Mensha. You visit the same, but I'm about region, a very regional chairman, Mutumana Mitmaye, What did I say? Put your bonnets and throwing one wedding in our family. We go over to be. Don't make me become with Ubia on the door for. Then because it would for the ball no. And pimp him the what and pimp him for time. You be out of foot and a war almost what enter nothing. It's Abia, the bar, a year and cafe in spite of the cat aside. Yes, a baby, a cafe and casa. Because you can you baby you are. And the coffee pinch to cherry bar. You say, the young say, Spanish, no. You're buying it. What I say, the party will continue to expand. Yes. Because you may be a person, you will come more. But in Ruho, Kakrama Yatum, Yafanya Juma. Yelikoya Juma, and it given. Moving through say, to the position. The Panaya, the Menya, the Quite Bishop of Catchments idea and M1. One of them, I got you, yes, what the point of a question, what are you wishing? What I say? Then the Panagua will put a family on like a campus amount. It's a deal with you, catch it. It's in here, what the will be, and I will move, never wow. This here, they say Parama, the new patriotic party. And what you know? They got a problem with the Yen. That problem with the Yen, you're too about with Chia or Yen home. O massacre. Now say, O Macomo. And I got a focus on my way. Anytime this party is united, we take power. 2000, unity, we need power. 2016, unity, we need power. It's our party we divide the piano, not Savannah. It's a message. Yeah, the idea didn't see in the woman. Then couple more of my family, yeah, the campaign of Kusu. In Cabo Media, MPP need beer or back to beer. Feel or could be or could be a consultancy deal could do what on Cabo Moise. Because in Cabo Mama, 2 weeks a month, I mean, the 12 will be 100% that. You be 1%, you be 2%, you be only like a home, 50% plus 1.
Okay.
Now, how we say engage you,
honorable, baby, I'm about bedroom 2028. Can you for ben type ben here? As a say what character ben what is saying said the eti.
One, I know the party for delegates a Juma. But I would say, party in the Ghana for him say, yeah, they make my own money. The time no, they believe in, and not be the rule of law. What I say, they believe in property, they believe in integrity, they believe in unity. Ghana money in a character teacher. They leaders. What I say, then the kind, if there's a deeper 300,000, 400,000, who is a new leader, my yes, ready. But the mechanic said, Kwame, the you know, Sankabu, you are Kwame, in Kusiana. What I say, Tabia, we must come together. Those are ranks and fight to win power. For our parties are formed to win political power every 4 years. What do you know? And one more, what feeling? What I say? If you be a year, no man get to winning power in 2028.
Okay. Now, honorable, ya say also woba as general secretary, and no, sir, you know, edasugum aspirations, you know.
Well, I'm saying, I'm not going to say, I the power.
Say, Metitisa, who are no be a friend now, bra, say, oh, Bana, say, oh, ma. And then I'm a jammy.
But Macan was feeding you so I can he despite media, you know, Emily Pebuno, and the man, Pamaya, who did he no. The party, no, it be nomination. The person may be a party with church for. It cannot be Macan. Oh, yeah. But you say me nomination. I think the Ghana will be out, TFDs will be an obvious team, be himself, and the Pebuno party be a nomination. I'll be contesting to become the next general secretary of the New Patriotic Party.
Okay. Honorable Abia, my man was.
It's me, I'm young, I want no campaign.
I didn't, me ginum. Listen, that's Martin Bienio, Medasepa.
You, Kwame, checking for you, not your one move you, Kwame Isaac, you know,
Obiajo, so honorable. Yes, bye bye. Honorable Eugene Wachi entry, where a former MP for Subin. Any action called K101.7. So, patch your endpoint to party clinic. Dr. Dubois and no pace or do or ya be a chronic disease. What can enquire? Fabedine, Dr. Dubois, endpoint to party clinic. Move from baby or she so I demand say also. As why boo, she the be a stroke in a canon. But obi or hepatitis, and a magium say hepatitis no okwanko. Bra endpoint to party clinic, ebeko. But or diabetes. Me pa cho epilepsy we ni yare eye problems and how the pains bi o bones mu ana o sciatica yare o nemu twetwe untimu nurse no twetwe ni nyina abra all safom na oba ne be ma mo pa wo mra yare biara endpoint operating clinic esa spine problem me pa cho fabra e ho ba enye herbal shop ena enye baby e surgery homeopathy ayaresa ana o de be sa yare amane nyina nso atimi akọ endpoint mobile clinic ewo Spinters Road Shell signboard Accra. Wabi ebi o temakom 22 afra wajanse ko street Opoji Gardens for the the clinic. Kumasi branch the Kronoma Bohia Angel Educational School na chipe. Takwara branch wa Naija police station na chipe. Obi ebi bo eye bono techima ha nsa. Na homeopathy nuro ena wo de sa yare e maneko tinyi. Homeopathy nuro ena wo de sa yare e maneko. Me pa jo frɛ number yi 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68 Dr. Sifreni say 0244 86 70 68 Obabi yenkwa
Kwame say NPP omo delegate conference no waka ho asema wi
The nsɛm a wɔm deɛ yɛntumi ka ne nyina nwie
ɛdɔɔso papa na Kwame baabi a twetwe ma so kakra no wɔn kyerɛ sɛ Delegate Conference 2025 Annual Delegate Conference wɔkyerɛ sɛ nneɛma bi a wɔn yɛ so wɔn sesa no saa super delegate system no wɔn ayi afiri hɔ na wɔn maintain youth age limit at 40 but wɔn ayi no mu so no na yɛ 35 I don't know say conference na sin voting no na wɔn plan so say ni wɔn bɛto 40 wɔn bɛ 40
atum ah so wɔn 40 na tum
because 35 na bi no say obo 35 ni mfi so and electoral college no so wɔn expanding by 40%. It wɔn ayɛ adeɛ meaning say emre ekɔ animu no wɔn bɛ san sesam na nipa bebree asan bɛ ka ho
o kai sɛ owura iti mensa it was once the national youth organizer of the NDC but sabre so no mfie kɔ animu nem sɛ sabre kɔ na obewo 50 ni ade
yeah
CPP for nso obi no that's all wa na okɔ
ɛne Kwame wonyi ni sɛ saa deɛ no wɔn extended the ban ministry appointment so be a be appointing as Minister for Youth and Sports no should fall within that youthful age limit no
not necessarily because unim no a woyɛ minister no oversight and supervisory role not necessarily say obey youth the reason is say wo no wanyini to wonim die a wobetim dia bo youth no why youth pain
because ne ya na binom kan say na youth na aba no Gen Z for ne alpha Gen Z o say Gen alpha o say one no they live in a world of their own
ma me mo ade say youth for no ya na wo mogya na o hye enti twi kasam no ye frɛ wo mrantie ne mabaawa obrantie obrano nti obrano a wonte enti ohias enkusa sɛ wo toto bɔde na wokusa wa nkusa obɛhye enti hia panimu and then number of times yɛde youth for abɛyɛ Minister for Youth and Sports ne hwa no there be there is problem nti ya na the areas bi o wa wɔn hyɛ da pɛ nipa bi a wafa saa ntete no mu nyinaa da
osuahunu otimi adaadan ayo Kwame Mabakata fa to so ensia ewo the Ghanaian Point Democrat mo na President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sisi ade what this so akwakobo form ama Blekuso Sea Defense Project no ewo Ketu South Kropo emu no
should I di ni yi you said o message spell no
Blekuso Sea Defense eti what the phase 2 no what the so performance wo mo eba be sha sie ni na okoye sword cutting ceremony na no fiada na chese wode ema omanfo a wo empotem nyina hunu se de efa to so mienu no wo mo eba be sha sie se be ya wo betimi aye na abo akra ene ejapade ho ban na bra wo chese fan idi kan no mampanyi ya ena ebie so empa ho ntoma da na di ekireye na was signed to dwache mu ese bra wo ba ne bre di kan no a wo tu sa na mo no etimi aboa pa ma baby a wo mo ayewie ne de age abo akra ene ejapade ho ban enti ofa to sumi no so manfo no ehwe ne mu ese wo beba beye na entem so kra na eno so etimi abo akra ne ejapade
na wonim abandada ne penso wonim se na si Keta Sea Defense project ni o CEO
no no mo enye yo
yenye but ye o CEO ani etuanka ma me fa we in 1969 na asuo sha ase se efa Keta for no
yendimi anya ho hwe
1969 I'm telling you
da
sa na etie ma me komre wate kafra sunlight no
na
aba ma me ko
okay kwabra
Yera Salam Mustafa ɛyɛ national youth organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Memo akyɛ no pɛ yo. Assalamu alaikum.
Yenya bijo super na pawi.
Na mpom bɔkɔ de.
Bɔkɔ.
Ami.
Abɔmudin wɔ hɔ. Brand nipa bread here.
Ye be ne den kakra.
Days hours nipa gina ne nine so. For about 3-4 days, so those body no be firewood.
Body no be firewood.
For the love of party and
country. For God and country.
Take it in good faith.
Na yati bibi se changes amaye no an amendments amaye no party constitution mu no. Ye be hu wa se say no as youth organizer no just wanya 40. Kanene 35 eno no moko agina be na musiye pa
na na ni break kakra nti
be be me say youth organizer age limit no matisi some de 40 from 35 to 40 sa na tie pepe say the daily star report
baby for constitution no CCR one of the qualifications and a criteria as I said will meet your son with me are contested for the position of national youth organizer. In fact, youth organizer in general law near consistent, provisions near consistent. I say it should be 40 and below. So not more than 40 years. Into age threshold the age once this year, 40. Into amendments, fair for proposals, say, fight in famra na society constitution kakra, Yamadi BI, say, Emrea say, change kakra, society yamakakra, Nkrofobi Eddie proposal eba say, national youth organizer position criteria age limit 40 reduce age from 40 to 35 and on the reasons ahodo the abata home and I say over the years the age limit 40 na age ma. It hasn't given us any problems in the youth wing. We don't understand the entire, what is not broken. You want us to fix it. You do so age, from 40 to 35. Any year, it's not party for baby and to share that day, before if you look at it very well. I say it was general consensus party for a 2 year, and I'm happy say it may take it.
Edi Angesalam, Omutugu se mu maintain dada no e wo no 40 and below.
Yeah, 40 age threshold, and then I get age from 18. You use adult suffrage, so you qualify to vote, into our definition of youth in the party, from 18 to 40. It's interesting. So, offer minimum more NDC or more criteria, eligibility criteria, or more the age limit. But in the year, with me, maybe now who youth organizer, now with this 60 years, and I know it did 50 years. Those were some of the reasons we believe that for youth, we should be young people. My youth now will be 80-70, but you should be youth. And then I had the 40, age limit. So that because young people a special demographic, unit, you should automatically have identify with that particular demographic unit. But then you should have reduced the age, to 35, because then it makes, people more younger. I understand that argument, but I disagreed with them, and it's even though, the reduction in age to 35 would cut off a lot of people and get in more younger people, but that experience is very, very important. The kind of resources you need to run a youth wing. It's not just about age limit, capacity, capability. So we need ability to raise millions of cities. It's my win to me. But and I doubt that. We share a system. Zenia SCTS here. Now, by the time we this school now with the fearing, Asana wabishe politics last year. Now wako atali posters. Now small. Now you do by election. No who send yes no. Now what gather experience? What who send political parties? Almost structures SCTA. One chairman, one youth organizer, one the Juma AAC. No one you na intiasie. Asana we do sa stage. Not actually 35. Asana mabroso. Internet. I have made that argument forcefully. Say, let's leave it as it is.
Okay.
And allow a lot of people to play within, the youth wing. Let's contain more numbers and train more people. And sign on graduate one from the youth wing to other structures of the party. Kwame Nkrumah Tikese. Me as a person, maybe joining NPP, the first party structure, me joining the youth wing. And the youth wing, my home for years, in fact, and Abai Fakabo, that particular conference, Abai Fakabo as National Youth Organizer of Kumasi, Ken USC, Nami Ohobi. 2010, 2014, Samuel Uku, Ebedi National Youth Organizer, Nami Oho, in Tamale, Nanabi, Koforidia, and Amia Mabatuo, Medinas National Youth Organizer, Yatumi Swaba, University of Ghana, Accra Sports Stadium, and crying, over the GCS now, we always say, I have done, close to 15 years in the youth wing. And I'm quite a lot of experience, senior youth wing, Yama SCTA. And in there, me call for National Youth Organizer, because me age in my broso. Yama child here, November we made many 41. And me tell me, youth wing in there, my pa home by for posterity sake. And I'm rally for so that in the future, a lot of young people too will succeed in, gathering experience, enough experience, network, with my resources at the age man. Now, party in the society, me have some party in here. So, interesting movie, and me what at this particular age limit subject.
Okay, Mame na wasena me senya mpamfama ho.
You miss me that.
Beso me da se Salam Mustafa, a national youth organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Na national youth organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Pacho cheni Eco Bank for some more money. So wo de Eco Bank money emergency number ba. Eco Bank money emergency number. Me pacha wo pe loan enko kan asem nkyere obi ani pa ko ni sika ode be mo friend number ya me beboyi se bia person transfer car friend number ya me beboyi e bia person twa utility bill say electricity water friend number ya me beboyi including airtime data purchase so wo to data nyina friend number ya me beboyi nititu eye loan eno na number ni nie eye Ecobank money emergency number upelo na frɛ up transfer ska frɛ ye keka ho nyina maboso number ni star 770 hash u dial ebeko dial star 770 hash dial ebeko uni data kra dial star 770 hash ehun hia se ho akyere wo sikasem na ese ine ne meye de mede Ecobank se obeboa wo mo Ecobank money emergency number no star 770 hash Ecobank obeso obekọ mo ada bia Ecobank the Pan African Bank ye rana na boache national organizer edema MPP amanyoko ye ne no emfa enkomo enhihye so na me mo ache
Kwame Nkrumah Tikese panim juso
na boko de
nyame adaro ma bibia boko
we maba wonchen a yenhwe the conduct of the delegates conference generally that you say
Kwame nyame adaro ma nyame ne beda na se nipa dom se Asia Fakon every all the 16 regions 276 constituencies ba na nyame de ma bedru boko ombeda na no fiada na ne memene da yebedi jumadi esi na omo se bekwa kodru ne anti atin kamboni bia obi akwa kodru no nyame ne da na se nti na se ne de ma twedi ampon se jumadi no akọ se ne se na ade potin so na esi ni so no so nyame ncha de yetimi eye ma obi akwa kodru fi boko ne kwa mo busa ya metimi aka se na no eye national delegate conference no it went very well nadaroma nyame to super good so bia ko yi anti think about it bia
na mami musa we meti se nipa na mo hwe animu akwan mo si stadium hode no after various ceremonies ni ade no mo ambeto aba no be delegates nko a ba se nipa bi force ya bewura mu bia no mo ye delegates it is mo ye na mo ka ai no mo nyina giso obra nipa so onye delegates sa na si ye
enya no kwetese so as I stadium ho nyina no the capacity near about 10,000. In fact, the north wind crowd, we did not even use it at all. Maybe I bought this in Echiwono. Not even a single soul. So share my right side, maybe stage on my right side, maybe opposite the VIP area now. The only part about 1,100. A little over 1,100. In general, the 5 northern regions, Nebuno East, Fuinano Koho. And every region be answered near the market, and every city be answered near the market. So far, the southern part, maybe I need facing me directly on the curve, the area on the far, the rest of the 9 regions are also seating capacity in a little over 3,300. And the formula also no regions in the BI, the market, constituency bia and bia regions no delegates no accreditation the one won't even for home farmer room constituency for nam bia 1717 ye the market city na so far the VIP area honoma na fa nipa 1,000 for 930 hono aye for regional executives Council of Elders, National Council, some few invited guests. And so it is not true that it will be frame, because my home report it be say a nipa over 10,000 about. It cannot be because even as I said, the north wing side on the entire area was closed. I want so far. Nipa close about 3,500. Nobody sat there. So how possible? I think, sir, we've had a very successful conference.
Okay.
Any attempt by any individual, sir, Obama, Jumediano, the most few from any idea very possible. People were accredited to come in. Apart from all of these things, we had Oshers, Omoboye, we have operations team, Omo Airboye, we have security and no more about things gate no a boy to maintain law and order. So it is not true. It be more ever firm. Never.
Mami musa de we say mo kan sem obi an she party t-shirt en fa ma ho
for party t-shirt mo bi an she
aspirant bia t-shirt
aspirant and I say obi a open campaign bi en fa say bi me pe di brebi na me t-shirt and me billboard na me debi
ɛna mi bisa sɛ na deɛ kɔɔ so edi ɛbɔ ho aspirant ɛyɛ hopeful so no bi na wɔn mo yɛ sign na wei no sɛdeɛ wɔde ka mo gyaa ma obiara yɛ ne deɛ anankɛyɛ.
Oh, debi ohwemwa it was very good, it was very neat. Nobody obiara no ma or in a billboard and now in a banner.
Men ka billboard o but ebi wɔ hɔ a wɔn mo entry kura wɔn de ban hwɛ ne supporters.
Oh, wame no deɛ ɛnsɛhwɛ party for so obi hyɛ ne party kan no bi ba no bi bɔgye ne so deɛ. Any answer, Kwame.
Well, and ye mra in swe. Me who video being so as a winning coffee say security men being altercations be I was a custom crowd men feeling a bee. Nay, dear bad, no.
Oh, in a perimeter, and then you should be. I'm saying such a big event. I mean, you have it is a normal thing. In a perimeter, nobody was allowed to come there. Into your group of a party for Manti Buraho. So I was just telling them, say, look, I had yet be out some more. It may say, Monko, Abonti. So afterwards, no, I think that they all left and everything was calm. We wanted to have an orderly, very, very serene event. And Yamin Chadian, so we have that. Yes.
Okay. Now amendments so amoye ye no, yes, mu be mi nu pe. Ena da bre conference na congress na anya ntum na deɛ hin na sesei abɛka ho a obi a wantie bia na wanhwɛ bie no woni ne bɛkyɛ
Kwame Dos me sase me kokum de anhwɛ nyanwi in all na motions the amendment committee to na 56 no mo refi ganim 56 emu mienu na me fa ne se conference anti-ase baako ye say ye di to me marriage ebe yi team ne ba be supervise ye polling station elections and no conference issue it down and baako so ye senka ye te the definition of youth age e dey about form to 35 years na also mu shooting it down so that ye maintaining the 40 na ni aka nyina no conference ejitu ebeye ho djuma na ye dia ka ye constitution ho Kwame.
Oh yeah. Eti say going forward what we any free ho the next ne die ben
o say the next year we ni say enkebia we be busumi ye wum ye na wotwi ne na wotwi di so party ebebie officially ebebie nomination for presidential primaries on 31st January. Eti ebe mbusumi ye musan say the constitution e kire say I was say my ho 30 6 months notice after 6 months notice before the conduct of the presidential primaries, and that is in Article 13. Inti ne wo yenim pa major ne party it is a baba na officially no there was a your open nominations yame aduma January 31st ne akwakuto presidential primaries.
Weye na nkofo bi complaining say yesi na perimeter no ma aspirants no ne ade emfa ho by mama ayi say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia fa ho na oji fans no aye love symbol no na eno net say means what to be a
Kwame ni dikan me ebia na mempe Yera Muhammadu Baumia, but it doesn't take away the fact that he is a former vice president.
Sure.
Young MPP producer, the person you know, is also the former presidential candidate in the court 2024 elections. It doesn't take away that fact. So, the convention, we've had it several times. It is a vice president, address a conference, former vice president, the former presidential candidate, and indeed, Go for bay enya ya adwen anka bi anka no pe kwa me kwa me criticize him say if he had even campaigned for himself say look won't aba no sama me anka mo be ni bedi ye no e nka bo masem somewhere din papa hu beba we na otum bi kaka edemane NDC for say omunhwemu na blukuma no for mom yes and which absolutely nothing whatsoever na campaigning for himself. He's a former vice president. Look, any of mpanimfo nyina na omo nyame ya no monye nsusu ye se ombe pre se ombe so mudi party enim so ombe di party enim anasa so be vice president pen anasa be presidential candidate. It will not, nobody can take away that status from them. Nobody. Look, you really are on kase we are okono wako transima and now we decided say obetia delegates from about more. Kwame, I don't see anything wrong with it. On castle campaign, man. Look, I saw some of the Omonyo Peppa. They were also greeting in the stands. No more move from region to region. Omo Checha, region to region. Omo Checha. Region to region, Omo Checha. We don't have any problem with it. Okay. Insofar as all base in your can happen out the billboard or the we say for maybe there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It sometimes I say yeah and some do drama. Look, we have had a very beautiful conference. Obia was well organized, well managed, everything on point. I think that is a success. So them can find you Mamadou Baumia Ibia and me Kwame Nkrumah Tikese in Penasem. She has a Kwakotuaba meant to be a mentor. But I cannot take away the fact that he's a former vice president and he's a former presidential candidate. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Because at the end for you say apart from say modern call 2024 now was signed former vice president only leader of the party.
Oh, nobody. And
one year man forcing a contest a man is not
that is where people Sankebia you be nomination in the heat of the campaign. Okay. You nomination in the medical cancer now watching women and now watching it also. We should expect to be nomination. And ABA event BSC in answer what project no be and now we be enough for a campaign for no home. No can vote for me near the idea. Then I think that in creating very fair playing ground for everybody. I would have met say, this year make us say we have no open nominations. Number two, you cannot take away Obianka so a leader. In fact, after Krampuna, your constitution, you have been clear, no part of the resolution is national chairman will be the leader of the party at all times. After the other constitution. It will be a normal leader. I'm only saying that he spoke at conference because he is a former, but in his capacity, former vice president and former presidential candidate. Obey attaining such a status. We will give that due recognition and that respect to it. Irrespective of my dislike for the person.
Nana, and yet, Mamina was not saying Yampanso and Fama. Why?
Coming, I mean, so my fuck when I should do BBS, a planning committee, and Ura Blue Wife. I know, I'm a vice chairman. Yet the better BBS and I show BBR, we are due beyond 1 count beyond 20. You're paying him.
Oh, 2028, and that's all home.
Oh, yes. Yes, and that's all. Kwame see we be near one book. Now you're the one energy. Catch up and say, Galamsia, who promise you, and Galamsia at time. And Ghana LBGTQ, Mahama, exam so for them class and happens on for Faso, and mema mienu timi fu paint me ba de camera be si omo so timi ko
oh you know yes say AI you
e pa se nye ya na pa cho omo ko kan sa se na fe di video ni ya ba ye nye AI bia nye AI bia no mba be ye be fe o ma no tantan no mo ko e ono bo cho be se no se bo me ba o ahon je ga na se yewura memu na yato nyam kane mu 14% ni ato nso mu 2% nansi ya ni asa to nyam kane mu bi mu 2% nansi ya ni asa to fuo mu ye de 1 cedi aka ho sakoso obi ba mi nyu obi edi oba wa yi ni pa be 30,000 edi e beji bre ntane mani nyina na ye choto e beji bre nya ka Ghana fo se NDC fo e di Ghana fo hamo we'll come to that.
Okay Nana mame no wase alope mesome da se Nana Boachi Nana B a national organizer of the New Patriotic Party and the na atwenko no baby
me
and then so ye ohina na Kwame amo birthday but your friend sesi a ni yemu hwie ni yemu tu oni
oh Kwame
oni na ofi
ono so kura ne yam ta hadu pa o no bi na your birthday dey na kodi nnura
enra odi tuoza afitizet na ekan wom na ekan
we dey go mama kai last week
o wa homa no so oyina na me moche oyina na bokode sa na toilet no wako dudu wasan Nana kavra eno toza afi na ekan wo mu ahu meti toza afi na wudi ye na ekofa problem ni ba na kan wo mu ahu na edia bye happy birthday Swai.
Hey Kwame
o say
mesuro mi wo fie na me hu say ko bi fi ada say Kwame wusu ho ba me hwe yi
anti we no ambulance say we o ma
ti ambulance service ana
there be o say nya nuru sa anti was akobe I think be 30 as something
hey eni so be wo
no mai edo na ina de enchini wo mu friends ORS
o dabi we dabi akobe 30 dey atwa mu
na sen na fly kese antwi
o eni Kwame o baba guy me ma me ti ase na me yam me bufa so say ya na me say mama me go so o say dabi wo fu so do ne kakra
hey woman me nyame ba ne crazy anti magi special
eti Kwame say ohina na ye ne dey
ye man na kakra
because the didn't na say wo birthday kra na sa asem we to
eto wo
ana ofa sidro
areho dabi
ese ka bisa
wonu ko mfa ozo di menken
fufu ana menken apesi
enu na mbebisa se nu ana akaw hey na wan so na so be say oni ska no
hey asemo oh dabi
eti me pa cho na ohina na Kwame amo birthday
eti field marshal captain yeah my glorious happy birthday erade enkoso antre wa hiem na oma ne ngosra no asofudie na wudi no ngosra no yakese
amen na woni say ono ma me nyina di birthday the same month and now so Professor John Evans Fifi Atames former president Otiasia can nay in the birthday
konya besen
kawanyini
ni 80s early 80s
be 80s nearly 80s
wow
early 80s Papa Mills ono na okọ heaven na UTV for eyi ye na No chest person obo watch no.
Na obi who so that chest first. E was mad.
Heaven no. And na o ma ya abofo angels.
Ghana say yeah. That time Kwame Makai. Hey, that time
look guys that picture na e ba YouTube no.
Picture na abofo na gina na Professor Messi. Hey.
Ena
Ghana
oh ko heaven no so mu try. Oh ko so say no o seven space na say hey.
Oh that's just space. Because heaven dey see nka yare bia yare ekun kura no. Ja ebedru heaven no yare ni ho bio.
Ena no o se ni shoe no.
Oh that's just shoe. Oh God. Ghana ye ho sere.
Who's a Buhari? And so Nigeria former Nigerian president who's who?
Aye. Well, what mama see no? Aye na ye.
And Rami who video bia. Say I no mo dia yo. Almost everywhere no na omo garden or common sam jim. Na mirika pa wadu kuri ko. Sam jim.
E ko to jenu no. Sa aye dia.
And say ne so wu dada dampo.
Ah, wu ya che.
Na who say owu a.
But who say oya president no. News be by say wawu. And I say nyo no na president no. And I na replica bi. And na hwan ensem bebre. Ti papa na kasa kro mo sha se bo na wutu ache.
Ba say no owu ya che.
Ah, who say odi president o yare ye. E ko London.
E ti ko be ben wan kasa e no.
Minimo e bia na replica no.
Oh, na the wo ahon keka odi ko wura bonsam jim. Eja no o.
Eso opentem.
Wo pentem tese yan hye kura na me kwango.
Africa gasa wa ho. Ye ho asiri o. Hey!
Paul Biya. Cameroonian president. Who's wanya 94 years.
Aye.
Na. Who's on to mine. Wini baby oti?
Dabi.
What is Switzerland?
Okay.
O kakra na waba.
Aba.
O kakra na waba.
From man no sako.
No, bomb from man no sako. Ena menye sure kura so kai se o he president.
Hey!
Wanya dementia ni sa
na amanfo ni ntune
ena wo mo ayo wadwen se wo mo twen e dey obewu because oba in the 80s ena what the president na no am say ye
is the president is the Japadi o
nti am say enya hwe e dey emphasis years nka ho say ye obewu no akọ
na no so ayi e fa say one
ana na yire nam no what tie fa bi ni say hey nya ha nya fa na hini enam
enya African base na hini base na num hanso one of the countries omo ayi a former president wuye na wo je say a president no oteso no ena ba betu no enti obetu no ena one na fracas omo ntem enti okache na busu afon say onim na so wu a ma sa president ema na yase me one wo ye statesman owu a president na wo so hwe na ye kwa kama eye o state funeral ni bibia na when na busuafo ne say sa na papa na kan say sa president no ensi na yase ena na o mo say na ye tu ayi
no o si ase obanyane na
ye tu ayi no ahyeda afi de president wo ho no mo onko te busuafo so mo ko South Africa no mo akwa ye papa na yi o akwa bi ye o you have country no ena na no ye ayi fofra ba mo ne say South Africa for so mo mo space
say ye be ye na beba bidie e di ko ma foforo so akwa
Africa oh David
kronu mo de
papa
sankato ma bi ni gobo we na me sa Orua Dennis Miracle Abuaji wo ye aid ma former vice president of the Republic of Ghana His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na ye ne na entwetwe enkombo me mo cha no pay
Mira Kwame Nkrumah Tikese me jo so senior
na boko de
adom na dom
me so se mo abere pa
ya bre bade dia ese de o kan sempo de otawo mbre ya
usu wunya mikatuo
untumi mbre enje wa home nti afra no pay to aso
mate na maba wo nchen a ayi mehu ade bi wo pipesi mu Mahama plots to remove EC boss Bawumia chronicle na edek sa caption yaba say mampani Mahama wayɛ n'adwene sɛ electoral commission boss no obeyi no de na firi hɔ nkɔmmɔ yi ɛte sɛn ɔka ne sɛn
oh brakwa bi sɛ we dey aso wo bi sɛ wo ka sɛ broni wɔ ntare o sɛ we dey secret
ɛdeɛ na ɛma no nyɛ secret yɛntee sɛ wa take step biara sɛ wɔmfa no adwuma ntoɔ ne adeadeɛ
oh sɛ step no deɛ one at a time but at least ɔmo nyinaa aka ɔmo nyinaa ɔdɔn akasa waka ne director of elections ɔma ne boa mo aka 2 weeks ago there on TV your friend is saying the national chairman of the NDC General Mosquito also be the name to ekaya and the text says asem we say me nyini say gare bia kra edu ho chichi so why na just onya obey sa
adanse wo mu de adanse wo mu de
you say no chief justice dey ya oye you say have na commission dey nso waka je chief justice dey na aba we so
chief justice dey obi na the petition ba ye pe de amamra no
na NDC for ya the petition go
but you mean this say nipa ko NDC and MPP
lawyers are kasa uni say be no kasa here no mo ye no nipa na kasa di petition in my lawyers na eyi omo ni mu be represent omo lawyers no ba ko ni chachichi kata onye NDC di
yes
adio sorry onye NDC di abranti yaro ye NDC ejuma mo de Oliver Kavo Bomawo it is any family and say they represent petitioners ba ko be dey okay
mama hwa di ba ko anami
I say we share miracles ka say na obi ka say na so we dey ba omi aba we say there be we be dey answer say ba omi aba so be anim
I see right na mama hwa ade ba ko na say mienu bi na no ayene the chairman general of the NDC Yura Johnson said in Katedin Komono what can point be say one say isi no we dey course wo Ablikuma North na e course wo Ablikuma North na Ablikuma North for want me and conduct elections no papa bi no bi de eba say okra no udwumadi no anyesi a na ye president na to hu say even Ablikuma North it was a recipe for disaster. And then it came through say ampa disaster nso so asi yakobo ma me ha wakum senu ne adede ya in the rerun na was na so obi the petition ba na wo antu wana mo a wo president ate so no na ate so ye dey wo ka say ya na no say plan na wo plan say obeye
nyama mienu obi eni ho a obetumi de nsa atene electoral commission so e wo 2024 elections yi na we police for film. And I keep insisting say analyze it. Yeah, analyze it elections are. You say analyze it. See the best electoral commission police also come home. What should your course of 2024 elections now? Police is phone call problems. Customer party no. Be 10 and 15. Isi die kakrebi. Isi die kakrebi. Se yakwa batu wa Ablikuma North. Na se basa yeba. Na yakobo hawa kumsina. Eye den the kwa electoral commission problem. Ade na meno kase befe mananopa. Obi a mfre IGP mo no mpa mo no. Na ye kase ebe pa mo electoral commission. Because the course of Ablikuma North no. Say ye electoral commission problem. Police for and into me ambo electoral commission for and Ghana for a quarter about home. Don't forget, say Ablikuma North situation is no. It's not entirely an electoral commission issue. Me, I respectfully disagree with those
because
who want to make
it. Uncle Dennis, electoral commission by Parliament. The entire answer one say 3 polling stations and one by no add up. Korea say almost 19. It's only electoral commission. Now waka say 19. Waka che Parliament say 3. E che ko abontin was 19. You better rerun. Na no at the same.
One thing I make say entirely. It's not entirely an electoral commission problem. Because 19 3 to 19 nyina me na we adwen ɛhɔ na yɛ electoral commission form so number okay say electoral commission so tro come police on several occasions eka police said the aka say police be mo bambo no butimi dia kenkan police station so no so okay
me kai pa ba e dey trasa ko wi afa rewra
me ba and the police for catch electoral commission say omu nie sa ahoden na omu be bo electoral commission for ho ban e dia kenkan abato no it for 4, 5, 6 months. The only reason why Ablekuma not na yentumi kenkan wiye because police force say omu ni men na ebebo electoral commission for ho ban na yentumi dia kenkan abato no. Niamba course was 2024 elections. Brutality is a cause of Okaikwe Central. Macho men friend say Ebo electoral commission for Sam George Ejina polling station a ono kra microphone oka na electoral commission ni na kedi nechi omu sebe o asa omu yemia na mene ama na kasa nyina no enye electoral commission na cause sade no eye Ghana police it is a ukase electoral commission enya sinto enti yempam no so wan kase police for no so yenti omaso a me na oyi adwen a enye yi electoral commission for no wo mu sinto ne ba ko na waka ho asem no e ba ne sen na for 5 to 6 months wakati e nyina se abato na wa Ablekuma not no the aka se ye ya ne se ye bekenkan 3 polling stations now say a week after NDC national chairman Beka say 100 year aba ne be pamo no all of a sudden aba be 19 polling stations ye kwakoto aba and also ya asem we se ye hwe ne ka but you cannot come and place the issues and challenges in our elections only at the doorstep of the Electoral Commission without the police. The course of Ablekuma not no ne fapem ne omo the problems ne bra yem pa na police for. Because you talk about the no. Ne na watch so na Electoral Commission guys say police for mo fa ban bo mame. Na men kinkai about no. Police for the mo akaya kinkai wie ya ma yenya 3 and 19 polling stations and I think we should put that on record. Number 2, it doesn't lie in the mouth of anybody, not even the president of the republic, to say electoral commission or ne ho nyame fe ana ne ho yame fe ana electoral commission or mempen fe ana mempen nantie enti mepamo no. It doesn't lie in your mouth. It doesn't lie in your mouth to say that.
Obi put to counter argument to say. Sa na mo so mo ba ye mo pamo Charlotte say ti we o be pamo no say kenya big deal.
Say ya sorry an ka we an no say be pamo Charlotte say. It you have
so almost on kan obi ante ro man.
But I say
so almost obi an kan yo.
Omaka me say yeah no there is nobody on record who said it when we were in opposition say be pamo Charlotte say. There is nobody, not even one, nobody on record. Not even one. Charlotte say crown so no remember say omo ankasa internally no munyo makasa among some ankasa commissioners so and omo de omo nsem ba abonten and omampani etu ho na more the appropriate bodies and omo koye. In this particular instance that is not the case. And bro Kwame, that is the point I keep making about omampani Mahama and the cheetah for about the removal of the chief justice. A similar thing. Senka when be one no anko kase oba ube chief justice if you are, and nobody is going to raise an issue with you in any attempt to remove the chief justice. But if you say we do no can you say me ba me chief justice inti and no the chief justice in here born now you know everybody suspects say what we chance no. And for me that is where the problem is. Who to be sorry keke na fan to no na kan electoral commission no nya me fe you know. Electoral commission, electoral commission, you can't do that. You have no such rights. You have no such power. You don't do that. And that is the point I keep making. Electoral commission, and I bonibi. That's a gun and be at the petition back. Now, if you say, baby womb, and see 200 more, you be 200 more. By a year, one kasa, or party for, or director of elections, I dear backward damn on the opposition, about power, mobile power in a Mugusu can say, you have a electoral commission. Actually, genuinely or your bimpo no be the petition man out to one more. The do be a team one say what should I know here because okay so be And that is where the problem is. I insist, nobody in this country, including the president, has the right to say it in his mouth, put it in his mouth, say, yeba pamo electoral commission, yeba pamo electoral commission, uni sa ho akwenyano, uni sa tumi no, uni sa ho ade no, ye wombla ye faso, ekwan ye faso a ye de ye. Ye wo niema ese se wo ye efa ho ansa wetimi eyi nipa na ye den, efi ho. Sa wo fi se nipa na ye boni bia, yusu sa kwan no, na fa yi ne fi ho. Na mom enfa nto wa no, na wo nam na wo keka se me ba me yesi, esa ne sa blekuma no finti. Se electoral commission e boni wa blekuma no mpo a, enye wo na wo do wa no beka se wo be yi no. Ye wo mra kwan ye fa so a ye de yes adwumadi no. And that for me is where the president and his followers have been getting it wrong. A problem no, and nobody can pretend to say it doesn't exist. So what do I know? Can say Kwame Nkrumah Tikese? Say minya kwa na me ko CEO of Despite ame you know. Na sampaniampa obeye CEO of Despite. Na Kwame Nkrumah Tikese amejuma 2 weeks kwa na ko yi na. Obi abeka say what shada na wo yi no because aye. Aka won kan na oba ye na Kwame Nkrumah amejuma 2 weeks. And I will try say one amejuma 2 weeks and into me you we dia. Nobody will come and question you. And I think we need to call out the government and its functionaries on this particular score. Me, the electoral commissioner A B Bimpo. Na se me feel say ye na be ya. It's not say that one no. Can support us you know. Because it is wrong for our democracy say obi abetumide no whims and caprices. Wo they are wodwen wakoma they are wadwen ye wo no and say electoral commission enko. Institutional onko. We don't run the democracy like that. And that is where I have a problem. Democracy na run no rules, ethics and the principles. Some of the rules and ethics and principles include the fact that it's all carry on in a certain way. So we will be at that thing, ubetimi abaye o mampeni na wo pre akonya na. Enfan toto wa no eto hu safokin se me baye o mampeni a meye ade amra ma me ho kwan se menye. Emra no ma o mampeni hu kwan so onyi electoral commission the chief justice. The law doesn't give him that your friend is saying right. The law gives certain processes. And if you don't follow those processes, now the two ones and me ba me yina. Obana ni paniya boni na wo yese wo yi no kra. Obi abekasa etiawo. It's an asama or the two one no kan no. And that is where we are having the conversation now.
Okay. Now mama hwe conference amokoye. Amanfo bi na wo mo yese an yese ma aspirants no obi anyusu inner perimeter no. But Dr. Mamu Bomia oje fans no twanani na ma Samira sa pejam sa ko side ha. We are pejam bra ha. Afi yenye turn around na enye fe no aye love symbol no ene ade enko say ade na onu kwa ya man that leeway or that opportunity wo bra other hosts no ya mo mo sa minim say what nkomo bia
petty omampeni akonya na say wo prayer a serious business bra. Pettiness has no room in the high office of presidency. Then okay say 21st July 2025. Do we have an aspirant in the MPP? Obi nomination. Obi form. Now when you put do my just on the contest here, no kasi omun announcement bia. How are we going to identify all How are we going to do that?
Baby, you are muti.
Now what you would see where you would see in your capacity as what?
As
say obi ayi na ti so obeko contest adano so you wan cover form da.
Baby.
Nti afide na yake. Endra enye contest conference na yeye. Endra enye election conference na yeye. Endra no it was a conference to deliberate on the health of our party and the way forward for our party. Conference no ewemra. Emra na won hono na say what national chairman be bia no. General Secretary Bekasa, Treasurer Bekasa. Okase wi a ye wo ye friend say empenimfo bi wo ye kuo ni mu a. Okay. Esa no mu dibre no mu su ni o mu banti. Esa ye ni die de no mo because wo ye empenimfo ye wo ye kuo ni mu. Empenimfo me ensa na ye wo party mu a ene without doubt. Obi agitum say o mo ye empenimfo wo ye kuo mu esa say ye de say ni die no mo. Former President Kofo, former President Ekufuado, former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. the only two sitting presidents that we have, any former President Kufuor, any former President Kufuor. The only sitting former vice president that we have, any Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. And Tiandra, President Kufuor, any the Nsembaye. Nana Dankwa Kufuor, any the Nsembaye. The former vice president, who is the only surviving vice president of the party, and so Edina Ndi Nsembaye. Parliament, and one MPs Makumako 88. Yes, say a MPs Nenumusem. By it to be Yambre, Emma MPs 88, no be a mayor line and Kasa. Inti Omanu Dini, minority leader, Ebesi Omuna name, a Kasama MPs and so. Baby, a program, no. They are all hosted program, no, edgy Yawa were two. A Greater Accra Penny, and a regional chairman. On also be see regional chairman, name, Wakame conference. Adenti, and a young line. Neama each of the 16 regional chairmen and some Bekasa Senia divine Ekasayano. Adenti, and Neama 88 MPs and a line. Neama Munam Bekasa, Senia a Futu MP no Ekasayano. Because a Futu MP, a honorable Afenyo Marken, or representing only the people of Futu. There were 87 other MPs or representing other constituents. Omunina a MPs. But yet we will be into no leader and Kwa Eba Bekasayano. Na okase aspirant na kredu apreku ho so ya we adai ni mu se odi ni post about some fan by uni se about to be e ko be ko bi enti okase ye ma aspirant omo ba e ho park no so no in their capacity as what o pese party no etomra because party a we MBA nomination there we den kase me wo aspirant a me de omo ba park so MBA nomination. If you then can me was aspirant and maybe mobile parks. It isn't right. Because you yourself as a political party, you have no open nomination. So how do you admit somebody as an aspirant and allow the person certain privileges at a national conference? Now, how about those who haven't done any posters yet but would run? How are you going to identify them and bring them also into the inner perimeter? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's statement now. One may my statement as an aspirant. On my statement as the immediate past flag bearer. Yet, 6 months ago, this is the first meeting of the party. Kwame, doesn't it make sense? And Nipa or 2 franc ama party no course about today. Or Babe, you know, when you know, a contact. Omo awo come and say my first no more flag bearers. Omo akonte bobi ebu ema party no. So they be your man kete ye with it. The only person wakasa same way Kennedy Japan honorable Kennedy Japan spokesperson obi ankaza honorable Kennedy Japan ankasa kramente se wakasa onkasa anfo na se ye kase ena ye ma Dr. Bawumia we a mamenka se mitro o kan honorable Kennedy Japan spokesperson statement watch on Facebook o say nipa dodo na negu abonten ti yankɔhwɛ omo video na e wa abonten ne yehwɛ se na wo bɔgye omo so me see you me kɔhwɛ yanso na efe because omo de dom efiri oponglo traffic light omo fa brass band omo sentare ni ade aye boss oseji omo so na mponko edi honorable Kennedy Japan anim na we ni tiafa window mu e wo soro na obo osi efe Bawumia anye bi what is your complain say a party na ma ye kwan ma anye bi what is your akase ade na party na ma ye kwan na nso yanko fa mponko ambedi anim e wo conference what is your complain
ana omo de mponko kan ho
mponko be enan edi nanim
wow
na cars ni dim na brass band a omo nyina hye ken entire. That is what we called organized and the most that organize na mo de mo ye we ni yankasa mo ye we aye nkasa na mo de bibia na mo se ya organize dey and that about me ewure mu kura hwane hu no obi akwe hu no no sit on obey na juma as a former vice president and a former adena ye call your friend saying Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ye conferences be on kasa no ye certain president and so no aspirant no ye certain president no say aspirant and say na man kasa go and look at all the conferences in the past every 2009 Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo even though na on your president at the time a conference essence no your flag bearer ye man kasa ahead of the other flag bearers. Party ni esas and yen ni esas you. Tell me Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo any honorable Alan Chamantemo echo elections no. The men so near conference. Nanado, by virtue of being a flag bearer in 2008, the conference after the 2008 elections, he speaks. The others don't speak. But the conference after 2014, he will speak. The others don't speak. So what are they talking about? I didn't cry and start and I'm complaining. I agree and say you. Yes, and I will complain. What the friend say upon any idea in a rare stadium? Obianka say, no, come share video name. It was very nice because it adds color to the occasion. And I won't lie to you, it was very beautiful. Brass band, say, organized crowd, nicely done. Brass band, it's beautiful. And my occasion, no effort. Member Cassentia, we make us sit an day. Now, why we, who complain, is a sense. Eh? Or those who are aspiring, no, we're not giving access. It's not true. Eh? Go and look at all of Honorable Brian Champion's pictures and videos. Wouldn't be no stands in him on the delegates, aiding commando THM. All the stands will be a delegate because you can't stop a member of the party from going to where the delegates are. So who stopped who? And the question is, who can say Honorable Ken Air backstage in this one or Bekadien? Is he coming to speak as a member of parliament? That has been done already by the leader of parliament. Is he coming to speak as an aspirant? No, yesterday was not a contest conference for aspirants to speak. That one will come. It's not about Ababekasa as being. Brian Champo knows this. That is why he is not complaining. He went to where the delegates are. Fraternizing with Omuchichi, Omubo, Sejino, so I was standing in him. And see, Wakasi Bisa and Rano. Say the aspirants backstage this on Combecade. You go part in the nomination, the Omobapa Mobecade. I thought the Bia, Yama, Adiano, a year, BBA or Honorable.
And yet, Mamma was an amazing Pamfamount.
No, that's why I brought me. I mean, show me.
Oh, shall
be our airtime at the mine.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, now, child, I just want me.
Like I said,
with us say, Yera Dennis Miracle Abwaje,